This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Lee versus Lee. You all have been married for 9 years. You have one child together, and concerns about cheating are causing problems in this relationship. Miss Lee, why are you here today?
I'm here to find out once and for all if he's been cheating on me.
These concerns that you have, how's it affecting your relationship?
We fight a lot.
So this is just a tense household.
Yes.
Mr. Lee, what are you here to prove?
I'm here to prove that I'm not cheating at all. I've been faithful to her for 9 years, and it's tearing us apart. I mean, it's always fussing and fighting. If I take a little longer at the grocery store, where have you been? It shouldn't have took that long. You're out there sleeping with someone else. If I have a moment to myself at all, it's, oh, you're cheating on me, aren't you? If I got a female coworker, oh, you're cheating on me, aren't you? No. I mean, for 9 years, she's been just saying the same stuff. Oh, I'm gonna leave you. I think you're cheating on me. I think, who are you texting? Who are you calling?
Mr. Lee, do you believe this is all in her head, that she's paranoid?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's from a past relationship or brought on by her own, maybe some sort of mental problems that need to be addressed, but I feel like she just needs to stop with allegations.
So we have an idea what it looks like now. What did it look like then?
We met about 9 years ago. We met at a party. I had a friend actually invite me to meet somebody else, and I ended up falling in love with that one. And the next night I called him, and he took me and my grandmother out to dinner.
Oh.
You and your grandmother?
Yes, I was living with my grandmother and taking care of her.
So your first date,
He took my grandmother.
your grandmother went with you?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Lee, is that some kind of player move that...
From a big family. I come from a big family, Your Honor, and if someone's going out to eat, we always ask if anyone else wants to go out to eat. I didn't want her grandma to be hungry.
Aw.
How can you not love a guy like that?
I'm telling you, that is sweetness right there. That is sweetness.
And that's why you fell for him, isn't it?
Yeah, a month later we got married.
A month later?
Yeah.
We knew each other for 5 weeks total.
Wow.
And it lasted 9 years.
And you've made it 9 years. Y'all don't play, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that is...
You talking about hit the
you know
ground
what?
running.
You know what? Go big or go home. That's it.
All right. So you've been together 9 years.
Yep.
You knew exactly what you wanted. You knew it right away. Why are you here? Why do you believe he's cheating?
We've been married 9 years, and the whole entire time we've only done 2 sex positions. We've done missionary and from behind. I know it sounds boring, but that's it. Within the last year, he's been bringing up other things. He's been throwing my legs over his head. He's been putting me to the side. I mean, just all sorts of random new positions.
So you went from 2 positions to being flipped around like a president.
Hey,
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
didn't hear any complaining out of her.
Miss Lee, most women wouldn't complain about that. I mean...
But
Why
you're
out of the
spiking
blue,
it
though?
up.
After 8 years, it's just one way. We pretty boring couple. We stay at home. We play video games. We watch TV. I mean,
That's
pretty
why.
boring couple.
We're a boring couple.
And now, all out of the blue, all these new things.
And so that causes you to have some concern.
Yeah, where do you learn them from?
All right, Mr. Lee, she brings up a valid point.
You know, I figured if I changed it up a bit, maybe she wouldn't go the other way, or maybe she'd be a little bit happier.
Might be tired.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of wear her out before she yells at me.
That's one approach.
Yeah.
That's one approach.
Miss Lee, I gotta ask you, what are you thinking about when he's doing all these
Where
new
the
things?
hell did he learn it from?
So you can't even enjoy it because you're thinking, well, where'd that come from? And who did he get that from?
I don't have a cheating bone in my body. Never have cheated on anybody.
But you know, Carlo, they say when there is a decrease in one sexual activity or change in what you're doing, that's a warning sign. So it's it isn't without basis.
I understand both sides because on the one hand, it's like, well, you do want to change it up a little bit. You don't want to always do the same thing.
Yes.
But then when it's all of a sudden, it's like, okay.
And it's really out there.
So you didn't talk to her about it, say, hey, you know, things are going on. You just sprung it on her one night.
Yeah.
You know, without warning.
Started slow with this and that, and then, you know, the next time, throw a little more and throw a little more. Yeah, just keep it
Just
routine.
keep it
and
different.
Changed up.
Keep it in new. Keep it fresh.
Exactly.
And you're just not buying that at all.
Nope. No, Your Honor.
Well, you know, Miss Lee, while I can understand your concern and there is some basis for it, it's not all bad. Do you have any other evidence that he's cheating?
Well, I work 2 jobs. I leave the house at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't get back until 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
I get home and I expect to spend time with my daughter 9, 10 o'clock at night, spend a little bit of time with her, and I would come home and she'd be nowhere to be found.
So, Miss Lee, you come home, your daughter's not there. You ask him, where is she?
Said she wanted to go to the babysitter, so I called him to have him come pick her up.
Okay, and what did you say in response to that?
Why didn't you call me and ask me? I've been at work all day and I want to come home and spend time with my daughter. Well, I just wanted some time alone. She wanted to go over there. And he went off walking and I went into the bedroom and started going through his stuff and I found a stack of porn DVDs in his book bag.
Okay.
What? And so when you found this,
That was the first night he sent my daughter off.
And you think he's using these porn DVDs and having sex with somebody else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Lee.
They're not even mine. They're hers. They were mixed in with the piles of DVDs I packed up.
And you don't
I'm
believe
dealing
that, Miss Lee?
No, I don't believe him at all.
So, Miss Lee, have you ever caught him actually with a woman?
Okay, so we worked at the same place together in Montana for a little while, and I had several people come up to me telling me that he was flirting with them. So we made a plan with one of them that I was real close with to catch him in the act.
See, planning, right there.
Well, we decided to try to catch him in the act, and we worked together one night, and they started sexting. I sat there by her the whole entire time. You know, she let me see what was going on, and I kind of told her a little bit of what to say to kind of lure him in a little. And he sent a pic of his penis.
All right, Mr. Lee.
While he's watching my kid.
Can you explain to me why you sent a picture of your privates to her coworker?
Well, first off, I knew I was being set up. You see, the night before we were out to dinner, and all of a sudden, someone starts texting me from a random number. I'm like, I don't recognize this number, so I think I'll ask. So it turns out it was one of the coworkers I've only worked with a couple times. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, why is she texting me? And I realized, you know, she's good friends with her. So I'm like, okay, this is clearly a setup. So I'm like, okay, I'm texting, just mindless conversation, video games, trucks, this and that. So the next day, she goes to work with this girl, and I'm like, okay, well now let's see what happens now. So I know it's her on the other end of that phone because I know how she texts. I know all her little traps. I know everything she's giving herself away on. So I'm like, okay, and then she asked me, okay, for a pic. So I'm like, okay, this obviously is what she wants. Okay, let's just give her what she wants. So I did.
Then how come when I got home that night, I said, what were you doing all day? And you said, nothing, I've been playing video games.
All right, so you send this pic, and in terms of going big or going home, you went big.
Yeah.
And you sent this pic.
Ain't that big.
I got tired of always being accused.
Mr. Lee, do you always send pictures of your privates to coworkers?
No, that was actually the only time.
When you got home, what happened?
So I said, have you been texting anybody today? No, I've just been sitting around. I said, no, the hell you haven't, because I was on the other side of the phone the whole time texting you. And then I walked out of the room and told him to get the hell out of the house. You know, I was cussing him out and everything. Then all of a sudden, he switches it up and gets nasty with me, saying, oh, I knew it was you the whole time. Well, then why'd you just apologize to me and cry when you were on the toilet when I got home?
What we have here is a wife that absolutely doesn't believe her husband, a husband who says, I haven't done anything wrong. The only thing I was trying to do was spice it up in the bedroom. He says he's not cheating. He just wants to make it a little hotter, a little spicier. So based on that, the court went to a friend of the court to stop by and give us some insights on couples, romance, and when relationships go stale. At this time, the court would like to call New York Times best-selling author of erotica, novelist Zane. Ron, would you escort Zane into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you? I'm great, and yourself?
We're good. It's
Thank
good
you
to
for
see you.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we need your insight. We have a couple here, been together 9 years. In the 8th year, he starts busting a move, basically. So we want to get from you some information. You write a lot about sex and romance.
I do.
You talk to a lot of couples. What would you suggest for couples who say the relationship is going stale? What do you recommend?
Well, first let me say this, that lust is the benefit of self at the expense of others, while love is the benefit of others at the expense of self. And what I mean by that is a lot of couples stop at the lust stage and never get to the love stage. Even when they've been together a long time and have kids and stuff together, you have to realize that love is about a degree of sacrifice and willing to make exceptions to make the other person happy. So a lot of times when a marriage becomes stale, it's because there's that lack of communication or the unwillingness to try different things.
And we know that you know a lot about Spice.
I do.
So, what advice would you give them since she seems to be uncomfortable with change and he's trying to spice things up?
Well, I think it's important to have an open mind. And as long as he's not asking you to do anything that makes you totally uncomfortable, you may want to try it because for all you know, you might like it. And our sex drives come in ebbs and flows, whether we're male or female. And sometimes a lot of it has to do with outside circumstances. But you never know. If he wants to try something new, unless it's something that's like really makes you uncomfortable, you just can't see yourself doing, why not try it? It might actually turn you on.
Here's the issue here is she's concerned about it, not because he's doing it, but she thinks he's getting this information, this spiciness from another hot tamale.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Everybody changes in their life. Like, we don't want to watch the same, television show for 30 years or eat the same. We don't have the same favorite meal for 30 years. So it may just be that he wants to do something different, and you're his wife, so he should do it with you. And I often encourage couples to spice up their love life. It can be very helpful for a spouse. It's better for him to try to make changes and try to encourage you to do those things than to go out and for him to be miserable, rather.
And it's not an indicator that there's infidelity going on.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right. What about watching porn? Is watching porn an indication that there's cheating going on?
No, a lot of couples watch porn together, and it can be very healthy for a relationship. It could be some type of research. They could learn things that they want to experiment with. That's not necessarily an indicator of someone cheating at all, because a lot of people watch porn with their spouses.
Okay.
A lot.
A lot. All right. All right. So we've gotten some expert advice about whether or not spicing it up, watching porn together, means that something's wrong. In fact, it could be that something's right, that you're moving forward. But in this case, you believe that the change in your sex life, that he's willing to be with other women because he was talking and sending pictures of himself to your friend, your coworker. All of these are indicators that he's cheating.
Yes, sir.
And you're uncomfortable, and all the excuses he's given, you are not buying.
No, you're not.
All right.
And Mr. Lee, just so I'm clear, so the court is clear, your testimony is you have not had any sexual relationship with anyone other than your wife since you've been married.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what you're telling this court.
That's what I'm telling this court.
To investigate this matter, the court retained the services of certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams, and we're going to call him at this time. Ron, please escort Mr. Williams into the courtroom.
Your Honor.
How are you, Mr. Williams?
Good afternoon, Judge.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
Mr. Williams, would you state your credentials for the court, please?
I have spent the last 25 years in law enforcement as a polygraph examiner. I have over 700 polygraphs to my credit, so I'm much more likely to catch you in a lie than your doctor is to catching you with cancer.
Oh, well, that's bad for the liars, that's for sure.
Right. Now, in this case, you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Lee, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You asked Mr. Lee, since being married to your wife, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your wife? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, on this particular question, there were several significant physiological responses which indicated to me that he was being deceptive.
Mr. Lee, who have you been involved with since you've been married with her?
Nobody. I'm sticking by that.
Can't do it.
Your wife needs to hear the truth.
Ron, can you please try to bring Miss Lee back in? Miss Lee, you're very obviously heartbroken. Tell us what you're thinking right at this moment.
I don't want him to come back to Montana with me.
You're done.
Can't do it. If he would at least been honest in here when y'all asked him, Mike could have worked on it.
Mr. Lee, my husband, my co-judge has offered you an opportunity to come clean. So I'm gonna ask you.
You've been married for 9 years.
Yes.
The question was,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
since you've been married to Miss Lee, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman?
No, Your Honor.
Well, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So,
As we say in this court, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned. This is the case of Shepard versus Shepard. You all have been married for 4 years, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct.
Mr. Shepard, why have you opened this case today in court?
Well, Your Honor, I'm just tired of Diane's lies and cheating. I'm just up to here with it, so I've contacted a divorce attorney.
So you're already kind of partially down that road.
Yes, Your Honor.
and you contacted a divorce attorney because you believe your wife is cheating.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me
know
about
that for
that.
a
Why
fact.
do you believe this lovely woman is cheating?
She tells me that she had cheated with some guy she met at a fast food place, okay? And she even called me by his name.
Wow.
Miss Shepard,
No.
Miss Shepard,
Yes.
you know how your husband feels.
Yes.
What do you want to show him today?
I love my husband dearly.
No, you don't.
I love my
That's not
husband.
the way you...
My husband
Look,
is not right.
I don't
He's
believe it.
not telling the truth. He's not
I
telling
don't
the
believe
truth.
it.
I never cheated on my
Believe
husband.
it for a
Never,
minute.
ever.
You've been lying
I'm not a
since day
cheating
one.
person.
Don't
I wasn't
start
raised
now.
like that.
You've been
And
lying
I honor
since
my
day one.
marriage. Ever since we've been married, I honor my marriage and stand behind my marriage.
Everything is at stake today.
Everything is at stake today, Your Honor.
I see from the court papers that you all have been separated before.
3 times, Your Honor. 3 times.
And so this relationship is a mess because you've been separated 3 times in 4 years of marriage. Am I right?
That's
Yes.
correct, yes.
I'm standing here looking at you all, and you are passionate about this marriage. You are passionate about what's going on. You look hurt. You look angry and frustrated. It could not have been like this the whole time.
No.
Can
no.
you tell me about some happier times? Were they happier times?
Yes, Your Honor. When I met my husband, oh my God, he invited me for dinner. I went out and I met him and I pulled up, he was standing outside. And I looked at him, you know, I didn't want him to know that I was looking at him. And I looked at him, I'm like, oh my God, oh yeah, I could, you know, I could see myself with that. You
So
know,
how did you all meet?
on Plenty of Fish.
Okay, so you met on a dating site.
Yeah.
Online.
And we talked and he called. He's like, come on, you know, go out. And I'm like, no. And he called me. He's like, come on. I'm like, no, I don't want to come. He's like, I said, okay, I'll meet you. So I met him. And from that day to this one, we've been together.
So you saw him and said, I gotta have that.
I got to have that.
And
yes.
what did you think when you saw her?
I was like, my jaw dropped, you know what I mean? Because I was so lonely coming off the road, you know? And she told me she was lonely too.
So for somebody to make his jaw drop, I mean, she's got to be spectacular.
Yeah. So you
then you-
saw her and it was on.
Yeah, and
It
then
was
our
on.
wedding. Then we went.
Then you got
married.
married.
Yes, and I had my wedding the way that I wanted it.
Oh
That's
my goodness,
what,
that's
my
a
wedding.
beautiful dress.
Yes.
With his matching vest.
And that's what I
Top.
wanted, young. That's how I won my wedding. You know, it was very, very nice. Very nice.
And now those faces are these faces.
Yes.
And
yes.
you all are at each other's throat.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he's at me more than I am him.
Yeah.
He's been to the divorce attorney.
Right.
So, I mean, he's taking steps down that road.
But he did it, and I didn't even know. I didn't know.
You did not know he had seen a divorce attorney?
No.
So is this the first that you're hearing of this?
Before he got here, he mentioned it to me, you know? But it's like, I just put it in the back of my mind because there's so much going on.
The thing is, he's serious about this. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't go to a divorce attorney unless you're serious. That means this is on the line.
What were the warning signs that she was cheating?
I've been on the road for 2 months. I come home and we getting busy, and all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, something ain't right. It don't feel right. So I go, wait a minute. Wait.
Mrs. Shepard, you say it doesn't feel right.
No.
He's lying.
You've been out on the road, you come home, you're ready to get intimate with your wife. You think there's a reason why it feels different.
Definitely.
All right, Miss Shepard, this has got to be painful for you to hear that your husband is saying these things. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
All right, can you tell me what happened?
Your Honor, my husband is gone, like he said. He's gone all the time.
Okay.
I'm home, I'm lonesome. I'm a woman, you know? So I'm not gonna go out and cheat on my husband. So I have proof.
Okay.
Well, what kind of proof you got? You ain't got no proof.
Here's my proof, Your Honor.
What?
That's
All right.
my proof.
Well, how come I ain't never certain? You ain't never showed me about it.
Miss Shepard's proof.
Yes, Your Honor.
You ain't never showed me that. How come you told me you had, but you ain't never showed me? I ain't never seen that before in my life, Your Honor.
I told you.
Oh, okay. So, while your husband's gone, this is an article
Yes.
It's a sex toy.
Yes.
that you used
Yes.
while he's gone.
Yes.
That's not what you told me. That still is no proof.
Well,
I've never been able to claim
Prove
not one thing that
it
you
definitely
said.
fills
Not
the
one
box.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
All right, Ron, would you take this, please?
I don't know.
But
I
you
don't know
believe
about
that
one.
you believe that she was intimate with someone else.
I do, Your Honor.
You don't believe that was the reason?
I don't believe that, Your Honor. She told me herself that she had been with her ex.
I told him that because every time I tell my husband, no, I'm not cheating on you, no, that's not what he wants to hear. So you know what? I just get tired of him just pounding on me all the time.
Lie.
So yes, I lied to him.
No,
I
lie.
did.
Okay, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back.
Tell us what happened, Miss Shepard.
My husband cheated on me. He came home. I felt it. I knew what he had did. So he finally told me. So I was really, really angry and hurt. But I didn't say anything to him because I can't talk to my husband. Oh, you did this and you did that. And I said, no, I didn't. So I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear.
And what did you tell him?
I told him that I cheated on him with my ex.
What was your response?
I was shocked. I was shocked. All I wanted to know was the detail. Where did you go? What did you do? How many times did you do it? This.
And did she give you all those details?
She gave me the details.
So not only asked her for
she told me later that
details.
she didn't do it. She just made up the whole story after she told me she did.
So not only did she tell you she was with the ex, she gave you details.
Gave me details. Not
And
only with the
told you
first
when,
one, but with the second one as well.
I'm sorry, what?
The details of the second encounter as well, with the guy that she claims she met that works at some fast food place.
What did she tell you?
They talked for a few weeks or so, and next thing you know, she said they went to a hotel, and she gave me the same story about he couldn't get it up, and he couldn't even do oral right. So I just got frustrated, and I just got in my car and I left.
So this is not a situation where your wife just kind of throws out, well, I was with somebody else. She's giving you details, she's giving you places,
Yep.
she's giving you specifics.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you have no choice but to believe her because she's telling you everything that's going on.
It came from her own lips.
From her own mouth.
Thank you.
Miss Shepard,
Yes.
why would you do that?
Because my husband never know when to stop. You
Yes.
can't talk to him. When he make
That's
up
no
his
excuse.
mind, that's what it is. So you know what? I'm sitting there like,
That's no excuse.
okay, is this what he wanted? Yes, I did it. Because you know what, Your Honor, I want my husband to feel like I felt when he cheated on me. Okay, I want him to feel the pain.
But you understand that
I
two
understand.
wrongs don't make a right.
Your Honor, I know that. That's why I went back and I told him that I lied, and I'm sorry. I said I didn't do it. That's not me.
So you lied twice to it.
I lied. Yes, I did. I did.
It was a detailed
But
lie,
is
too.
yeah.
I mean, that's just one. That was a detailed lie with times and places and not just one person, but two. Why'd you have to tell him two people?
Because he kept saying, "Oh, I know it's somebody else. I know it's somebody else.
So you
it's
just-
somebody I knew." So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it is.
But it's not no one. It's no one. It's right here.
So
That's
is
just
your
somebody.
I don't believe it.
That's just somebody.
I don't believe it.
No. I can talk to someone. Oh, you cheating on, you like that guy. I don't even know, sometimes I just talk to people. My husband is so jealous, he think that I'm doing what he's doing, and that's not the case. He needs to stop feeling like I'm cheating with everybody.
Because you believe that Ms. Shepard has been cheating, we've asked a friend of the court to come and share with us about her experiences with infidelity. At this time, the court will call reality star from WeTV's Braxton Family Values, Miss Evelyn Braxton. Ron, please show her into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's fresh.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you?
Good morning, how are you?
You fine, thank you.
It's good to see you.
So we have two people here, and they are going through their own personal traumas. Could you share with them some of the experiences you've had because of infidelities in your relationships?
I too have gone through infidelity with my past relationship. It was a struggle. I prayed, I fasted, I did a lot of things just to get through the betrayal.
You've been listening to the testimony. What advice can you give them?
Well, the advice that I'm going to give you first is that you need to start loving yourself.
Yes.
And for you, Mr. Shepard, stop bringing the mistrust in your relationship, because with that, you cannot build. Go to counseling and get counseling if this marriage is worth it.
Mr. Shepard specifically has testimony right out of his wife's mouth that she cheated. It was details. What would you say to her about that kind of response?
I think what you were trying to do was to get his attention. But you made a great error, because that stuck in his mind. I'm cheating, I'm this. And what comes out of your mouth is life. So what did you do? Rather than bring life to your marriage, you brought death.
Once that genie's out of the bottle, you can't put it back in. Thank you so much, Ms. Braxton.
Thank you for having me.
Here's what we're looking at. You claim that you returned home, you were having relations with your wife, it just didn't feel the same. And she told you that it was because she was with an ex and she was with some guy at some fast food restaurant.
Yes, Your Honor.
And there's a difference in your relationship.
There's a major difference in our relationship, to the point I had to contact a divorce attorney. That's how serious I am.
And in contacting a divorce attorney, that's your first step to ending this relationship if you find out that she's cheating.
Yes, Your Honor.
What we want to do right now is to find out what's going on. This court has conducted a full and complete investigation to determine, is she cheating? At this time, the court would like to hear from licensed polygraph examiner Kendall Scholl. Ron, please escort Mr. Scholl into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Scholl, good day.
Good day. How are you, Your Honor?
We're good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
You conducted a full polygraph examination of Miss Shepard, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
And you are here to share the results of that testing.
Yes, I am.
All right. For the court record, would you share your credentials?
Be glad to. I spent almost 30 years with the FBI in Washington, D.C. When I retired, I was actually chief of the entire FBI's polygraph program.
And it's safe to say that you have done literally hundreds of polygraph examinations.
Thousands, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Shepard was asked, since being married, have you had physical, sexual contact with your ex? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
Mr. Shepard, I don't see any sign of relief on your face. You still have concerns. You still have doubts.
Very much so, Your Honor.
And Ms. Shepard, how does that make you feel? After coming back with this at least first result that you were being truthful, how do you feel knowing that he still has doubts?
It hurt, you know, because I want him, since he's telling him that I told the truth. I just want him to feel, you know, relieved. Well, my wife at least told me the truth, you know?
Well, we still have another question. Mrs. Shepard was asked, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your husband during your marriage? What was her response to that question?
Her response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined she was being truthful, Your Honor.
Mr. Shepard, I can see that even though you've gotten answers that you came in for, you still aren't fully satisfied. Now, Ms. Shepard, you came in to prove something, and the results prove that you were being truthful. We want to help you to resolve this. We want to talk to you in chambers, because I think there's some more issues that we need to explore before you all move forward. So at this time, court will be in recess until further notice. Mr. and Mrs. Shepard, we wanted to talk to you in chambers because you all have got some issues. I mean, when you heard the results that she had not been cheating, there was no change in your face.
No change in your
There was
demeanor.
no relief, no nothing. And that concerns me because I think you may be already out the door.
Well, I'm like 1 foot in and 1 foot out as of right now, you know?
You can't be half in, half out. You either all in or all out. Marriage vows say for better, for worse, richer, poor, all of those pieces. And the only way you're gonna be willing to stand by every one of those vows is that you're all in. And I can't make you make that decision. It is a decision of your heart. Is this marriage worth it? And I would say to you, if you got a woman that loves you, wants to take care of you, that's got value. And you need to figure out what you need to do to make him feel like he felt when he met you.
We have counseling here for you to help you work through these issues to make your marriage stronger. We have that here, and we want you to take advantage of it. Please.
And we wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you.